Hello everybody, Cousin Skeeter here. Welcome back to the Triple Threat Challenge on the WZ map. Pardon me for 1 second, I have a controller issue. Let's see if we get this reset. And it doesn't like it if you bump the joysticks while it's turning on and connecting. Alright, so to recap, what we have done is where is that field? It's over here. We harvested that mustard field over here. And after the fact, I thought about it, and I didn't swath the straw, and I do have an application for that. So excuse me. Oh boy. So now we're going to do the rye, and we're going to go ahead and enable the straw, because we're going to have to buy us a forage harvester to collect it, and I'm going to turn it into compost. Alright, let's see. We're going to turn on the harvester, lower the header, and we're going to get over here close, and we're going to get our steering assist going. That looks good. And this is rye, so this is, I got lucky that this is one of the fields we start with, and it's my crop. So I'm gonna have to ultimately get the mill and mill this into flour and bake it. So, excuse me. It's been a long day. Speaking of that, how have you been doing today? How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good. It's been a long day, but a good and fairly productive day for me. I hope yours was the same. So yeah, I don't have plans quite a bit yet on what I'm going to be doing here. I still got a little bit of money left to spend, and I still I don't know if I'm going to need to get some equipment, because I need to get a planter, and I need to get a plow, a lime spreader, and I'm going to, instead of using only using the chemical fertilizer, solid or liquid, I've gotten on this kick with the Island Preservation Challenge of having compost and using compost as a fertilizer, and it's really cool. It kind of fits the way I like to do things personally in my life. So that's what I intend to do with this straw that we're collecting. We're going to be collecting. I hope I can make it to the end before I fill up. Can't remember if crop destruction's on or not in this series. Either way, I don't like driving on the crops just to collect them anyway. So, we might make it. Pardon me, that nasty cough I have. Yeah, I can. Yeah, see, I know it's kind of not efficient to do it this way. But I'm going to go down here and start in the other direction. So if we run out, if we fill up, run out of space, then I can run along beside it and catch it, if you know what I mean. And I think I'm just going to jump in right here. So I've taken on a lot of work on these series lately. I have taken on Crustu's Island Preservation Challenge, where you have a lot of rules, and you can't use solid fertilizer, you can't use liquid fertilizer, no lime, you can't cut trees. If you do, you can cut them and use them to make materials to build your dream house on the little island off of the main island, but you what's going on? Oh, this is me, not the... Oh boy, it's going to be a long night. I can tell already. So anyway, you'll have to check out that series. There's a lot of people doing it, and I am enjoying it. I am really, really enjoying it, and I almost wish that was the only one I was doing right now, because I want to keep doing it. But I also wanted to do this one. When this one came up, I already had 2 series going, and I thought, I kept telling myself that, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna post 3 episodes a week. It'd give me a couple of days to get each episode ready, get it posted, and kind of take it leisurely. Before I was doing that, I was doing 5, 6, 7 episodes a week, plus working a full-time job, being a single dad with 4 kids at home. Yeah, I don't know. But I've kind of gotten into a little bit better of a groove of producing, editing, and getting these out. The first episode is a little more time consuming in the editing process. There's some setup work that I do. I like to put on the series unique intro, and try to keep that really, really short and according to the guidelines, to keep it short, to keep everybody from getting lost, losing interest, and all that. I think it's too short sometimes, but it's at the recommended length. So, but it really takes a lot of work to get that set up and get it just right. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't put y'all to sleep with my yawning tonight. And yeah, it's night for me. So I had to drink some water. Too late for my coffee. I had my allotment of coffee this morning. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that challenge. Also doing the Broke to Barren challenge, and it's coming along. It seemed like it was kind of stalled a little bit there, but I think it was just the lull in the seasons, and now that it's kind of getting out of winter season and getting back into other things are picking up, and that series will probably be, I won't say soon, but that's going to be the first one that'll come to an end, and I probably won't fill that slot. I'll just kind of make more room for the other series I got. And then there's one. So Farmer Donkey is doing the Broke to Barren challenge, and Crustu is doing Island Preservation, and Zorch is doing the Triple Threat. So it seems like I'm picking up everybody's challenges. I guess if I finish Broke to Barren, then I guess it'll be time to do one of Rusty's. Maybe he'll pick up one of his own challenges and do it, and we'll all do it together. That's about the way it seems to work. But I do have one series that I've started that was my own concept, and it's quite a bit more laid back, and it's called Contract King, and it's about starting with nothing, doing contracts, getting equipment, doing more contracts, eventually getting your farm and your own farm, and then switching from being a contractor to a farmer. And really not a lot of rules or set goals. So I was thinking, I've never done live streaming before, and I was thinking about maybe taking that series into a live stream, and then see how that does. Maybe do that like one day a week. I'll have to figure out when I can set that time aside, and that will oh, that stutter right there, it scares me usually every time I see it. Then I remember it's the autosave in the background saving, and it will cause that to happen. I'm probably going to turn that off. I had some crashing problems. Then noticed that there were several mods that need to be updated, and I try not to update mods during the middle of a series because they may break something else unintentionally, create a mod conflict or whatever, and that's not what I want when I sit down to start recording, is to have to spend the time to find the conflict or what the problem is and fix it. Sometimes you have to do that anyway. But if and when I can avoid it, I prefer to do that. So I try not to update in the middle of a series, and I was at one point keeping a separate mod directory for each series and customizing that mod directory, because I had become a mod hoarder. I had over 4,000, like 42 or 4,300. Yes, 4,200 or 4,300 mods. I never play with that many mods. I could play for the rest of my life and probably never use all of those mods. And so I'm trying to be more discriminate about ones I download, ones that I'm pretty sure I will use, that I have a purpose for. Try to change that mindset. And then, but the idea was that I was also running out of space on my SSD drive, and which is a terabyte, so I'm hoarding a bunch of other junk in there somewhere. And so I thought, well, you know, if I peel that back like a couple of series, and I keep the directory that has like all 4,000 in another location on a slower drive, I have a 4 terabyte what they call the SATA drive, which is just like the old-fashioned hard drive with the platters and all that. And it's fast but slow compared to an SSD, and it was causing noticeable delays when loading the game. So I wanted to have all of my stuff on the SSD, so I thought, well, that would be able to keep it down, because I would have each mod directory would have the one map plus the mods that I'm using. And then but when I picked up the 3rd and 4th series, I had like 3 and 4 of the series directories that had nearly identical stuff with around 500 or 600 mods, and it was really taking up space. And I came to the conclusion that why should I do that? Why should I could save 2/3 of the space I'm using just by putting it all in one mod directory. And then on top of that, I had another one that had 2,000 in it that I hadn't fully pared down yet. And so I just dumped all of the ones that were in the other 3 into that one and made that the main directory, and deleted the others, and freed up quite a bit of space, so I can continue to do my recordings at a higher speed. And yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. Oh, we are full. Been talking so much I didn't pay attention. I knew we were getting close. So one thing I know is that this rye is, the chickens will eat it. So at a minimum, I've got me some chicken food here. And I didn't know it at the time, but the chickens will eat the mustard seed that we collected off of the other field. So if I had known that, I would not have got the mustard production, and I would have just fed it to the chickens, just made it chicken feed. which is probably what I'll do next year, because I'll probably just go ahead, let the mustard production produce based on the mustard that's in it now, and then we'll sell that production, get as much of our money back as we can out of it, and then basically kind of consider that a wash, I guess. And then I don't know if I will go ahead and plant mustard back into that field or something else. I mean, rye is the chicken food. So, I mean, I could plant rye, and that would be feeding my primary production. But I have to take into account that that may not be the most economical use of my equipment. But to keep the equipment costs down, I should probably stay away from anything that requires a planter, so I don't have to get both a seeder and a planter, and also anything that is a root crop for the root crop harvesters. Those are very expensive. And then avoid like corn and sunflowers, so that I don't have to have a different header for the harvester here, because we got a lot of fields to buy. I think it's 18 that have rye in them, and it's gonna take us some time to get all that done. And then we don't know, in January, we don't know what's going to happen about the loan. We don't know if we're going to have to get more, pay off some, or let it ride. You know, it really needs to be where we can pay off some. It's going to be bad if it's just let it ride. And it's going to be even worse if we have to get more. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. We can always buy some more property or equipment or whatever it is that we're wanting to expand into. We also have to buy that production at some point, and I know it's not cheap. So, I don't know. I don't really have quite that kind of a strategy yet on this one. Right now, I'm just getting my head wrapped around these two fields, and I'm thinking I should probably try to get me a some kind of money generator, if you will, like a greenhouse or something. Oh, excuse me. And then with the greenhouse, we would be able to year-round just go ahead and we could generate our money. And I know there are ones that do like the grain crops and stuff, and we could do one for the chickens, but I don't think feeding the chickens is going to be a problem in this series, considering that rye is my crop. And chickens eat rye. So, well, that about wraps this one up. And let's see. Oop. So we did what, like 1 1/3 trucks? 1 1/3 truckloads from this right here, huh? Yeah, I'm most likely going to clear out some of these trees. I might put some apple trees in. I've been thinking about that for a day or two. I've been seeing people use the apple trees and the apple juice and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't think I've ever done it. Yep, there, locked in. Okay. Let's go get our truck. Bring it back. I am so sorry I keep yawning. Guess I shouldn't even be recording this right now then. But I want to. I need to. All right, so how much did we get off of that? 33,571 liters of rye. Now, I know we need some equipment, but let's look at what another small field would cost us. And do we have enough to be able to afford it? And then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. I know we need to collect the straw. Well, at best, it's only 11,000 for the grain. So anyway, let's deselect all. And let's look at rye. So there's this little field up here. What's it worth? It's worth 15. This one, 42. This one, 62. $43. Lots of pieces of land. I'm really hating that I'm going to have to go way up there just for that little spot. I really want to be able to buy both of those at the same time. Oh, I don't even have enough money to buy it. Oh, 320,000. Yep. Hmm. Let me see. Let me get the equipment that I need. I know I'm going to need some equipment, so let's see. Okay. For one thing, for the plan to work, we're going to need a composting thingamajig. Yes, thingamajig is a real word and it's a real thing. It sits on a shelf right next to a whatchamacallit. Alright, pardon that interruption. You didn't see or hear anything, so you didn't even notice it. I am looking for a compost. That's a compost silo. Huh. It's not as big as the one, another one I used. Well, I'm going to take this offline and I'm going to find this, and when I decide on which one, I'll bring you back. Alright, I think I settled on this one. There's another one that's a cheaper one and I think a little bit bigger, but I don't know. Yeah. Alright, now the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need a forage wagon of some sort. Do we have any in the sale? And let's see. Looking for lots of nice things in here, but nothing so far that I need. No forage harvesters, right? Are we not gonna have a forage harvester in the sale? Of course not. Now let's go see. Well, I called them forage harvesters. I meant forage wagons. But I think you knew what I meant. Get those sorted. That's 30,000. For 11. I'm gonna tell you, I think well, it's collecting straw, that's fine. Well, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever do grass. Let's get rid of the plate. What are the wheel choices? BKTs or lizards? I really like the look of the BKT compared to the lizard there. In this particular case, well, let's see if this, some people say, let's see if this dog hunts. All right, now I'm going to jump cut going to the shop and getting it and coming back with it. So I will see you back shortly. All right, we are back here. And let's just see where we can get started at. We can't get started by running into a tree. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's get this little bit here. Every little bit helps. Getting her picked up. Let's see if the Alice can handle all the weight. But it is straw, right? Shouldn't it be lighter than, say, beans or, well, grains or anything? Well, I don't know. So, yeah. I think our time is starting to get away from us. So I think we are going to that harvested that spot over there that's not in my field. I think we are going to pretty much call this an episode. I will finish collecting these straw swaths off camera and have them loaded in the compost. And if you've never seen that work, you'll get to see that work next time for sure. And I may go ahead and purchase the rest of the equipment that I'm going to need, the plow the cedar and the lime and fertilize spreader. There's one I'm going to have to look at pretty close that has, but you can, it'll do the solid fertilizer, it will do lime, and it will do manure. And with the addition of the compost in this map, or in this the compost production mod, it will can be used just like manure, which makes sense if you really think about it, because manure is just it is really a compost in and of its own. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to pick that up from the outside. I think that's a bug in the mod. Hopefully it will let me pick that. Oh well, that is my property anyway. Let's see. It looks like it's gonna get it. Just can't back up that far. Looks like I missed a little bit there. Okay. Uh-oh. What is this? Okay. It was freaking out there for a minute, and so was I. All right, folks. Thank you for coming along. I'll do another episode for the next day after this one is published. Do one back to back, and then we'll see where we go from there. So thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it. On your way out, if you'd hit that like button, it will register with the YouTube algorithm and let other people know, and make the channel grow, which will make me happy and help me to keep producing more videos. And hopefully I'll get to a point to where I'll get a little bit of money off of these to pay for some of the equipment and stuff that I could upgrade and do even better job. So as always, Cousin Skeeter saying bye-bye for now. And that's going to do it for today. Skeeter's got more work waiting tomorrow. If you enjoyed the episode, hit the like button, and I'll see y'all next time.